Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Hove. H to the OZ. I used to move by the OZ. My name is Hove. Oh, it looks kind of crazy on that. Yeah, back by popular demand, I decided to go live here, but I probably should have posted this earlier because it don't look like anybody's jumping in. Yo, what up? What up? Yeah, so someone asked me, yo, we do another live real quick? Yesterday, I was like, yeah, why not? And I didn't know, I was getting my hair braided. I don't know if it was going to get done in time, so I didn't want to like put it up until I was ready to go, pushing the time. Stanley, what's good? Daniel, Goat Gang, David, what up, y'all? What up? Okay, some people hopping on, man. Some people hopping on. We got, this is it. This is it. I see you, Double A. I want to say we have so many, like we got OGs like Mark and Steven, and there's some real OGs that are in this patron community that we're building here that have seen a lot. You know, I'm somewhere in between on the spectrum. I remember like the early or late 80s, early 90s. So I remember when Run TMC came about and all that. But, you know, there's people that date way back beyond that. And then there's some of you that are, remember We Believe, right? There's a lot of people, I'm repping the We Believe right now. Let me see if I turn this light up. I turn the lighting down. Shit's just too bright in my face sometimes. But anyway, I'm clear enough. I see you, Zach. But anyway, so there's these different eras that people became fans. There you go, early 2000 squad. You remember like Larry Hughes and to Danny Forts and Mark with the C Jackson, and it goes on and on. But my point is, and even like my daughter who's 12, who, you know, this is all she knows is championships and dominance, man. And this is a scary thought, but I mean, I just want to put this out here so that y'all can appreciate this. This is like, if you want to look at the chance, like this is a good chance. This could be the last time you see the Warriors in the finals. I'm not saying a good chance, but like there's a possibility that that's it. You know what I'm saying? And so like if I were betting, no, I like what Lacob's doing. I mean, we still got a core, who knows? You know what I'm saying? Like they're expected. I think the Warriors are favorites right now for the championship next year. So don't get me wrong. But I'm just making the point that, you know, let's not take this for granted. Let's not take this for granted, man, because the droughts are long at times. And I think we're set up good here for the next, I'd say, I don't know, 3 or 4 years. Checking on, see, is it stuttering on me here? These kids need to get off my shit. Iggy's playing. Iggy is playing. I'm just double checking. It says I got the 4,000 kbs. It shouldn't be stuttering. But then again, I got so much bullshit. I just got this Avast antivirus. I thought Apple wasn't supposed to have viruses, but you know, I don't know. Iggy is playing. They said he has a compression on his calf. Okay, so y'all are good. I don't know. Maybe it's just my thing. At this point though, I hear what you're saying about you'd rather not have him play, but if not now, when? Now, the bad news, okay, the feed's good for y'all. Good. Maybe it's just my YouTube just acting stupid. So it looks like Iguodala is starting. So I don't know who we're about, what were we, like 20 minutes out? I don't know who the 5 is. I think it would be Bogut if I'm just going off Kerr's history of like what he likes to do. But Iguodala's in the lineup. We'll see, man. The calf is, ironically, I'm dealing with a strained calf right now. I got one of these slant boards. Have you seen those? You see them courtside. And what they do is, one, they stretch your Achilles and calves, but then they're also really good for jumper's knee, for doing, what's up? What's up? Is it Deshoney? What's going on? Or Deshone? Forgive me if I'm butchering the names. I'm terrible. I'm a terrible reader. That's why I talk. From Trinidad? That's what's up. And so I've strained my calf, and it's at a level. I'm not at like KD level where I'm like, hold on, I'll answer these questions. Okay, Deshaun. Okay, what's up, Deshaun? Okay, it's just different spelling. Like my name. My name's Ahren. Crazy. That's why I'm used to getting mine butchered. But anyway, so if you have a mild calf strain, it's not that big of a deal. It's just kind of painful. You can kind of play through it. But the problem is it's always lingering in the back of your mind that if it bites you like Durant's does, then he's a wrap. So I understand what you're saying. Rather not play him. But at this point, we need him. We need him. Now, here's the news. It was Zaza for president. Shout out my guy. Moscow Mule, for those wondering. I might need a little more vodka in it, man. But yeah, I think we all are on the same page with the Bogut thing, right? So Zaza for president, my guy. I'm reading this question here from ZZ. I'll get to that in a second. So there was footage of Durant at practice yesterday, and he's hobbling around in slides again. And I pronounced like, look, maybe Kevin Durant has such discipline that he is good to not put any pressure on that calf, right? And he's walking around and he's not risking anything. He's not putting any pressure on it. And that would be amazing. And maybe that's what he's doing. The doctor said no pressure on it, right? And that's what it did. But that's not what it looked like to me. My blink went off like, oh my God, this dude is not playing. The way he chucked the ball up and just the way he was still moving super gingerly and fragile. And to me, I don't know what the propaganda is. Maybe it's just to scare the Raptors, right? But to me, I don't think we're going to get Durant in this series. Now, he may, in a game 7 or an elimination game, he may try to go out and play and be courageous. But I don't think we're going to get Kevin Durant like we want Kevin Durant. That's my take right now. You think, Vlad? Hey, man, if he's selling it like he's limping and then he's going to come out on it, hey, I'll be more than pleased to be wrong about that, because the way he's moving, what I'm seeing with him moving around in Toronto, like I'm like, oh, get the fuck out of here, bro. He can't even. It looks like he's a ways away. I've also heard the theory of he tore it's much worse. Like it's damn near tore his Achilles, and he's waiting for the surgery after he goes and gets the New York bag. I mean, I've heard all sorts of crazy stuff. Now, ZZ asked me. Let me go back up there. It was about. Yeah, he looks like a rap, dude. So I don't know if he's selling that, but it was about how the Raptors stopped our offense, contained the Warriors' offense so effectively. Basically, what it boils down to is you saw them trapping Steph, right? They're trapping Steph. Gasol's showing hard, and then they're throwing it to Draymond or whoever the safety valve is in the middle of the floor. But the difference is their help defense and those guys that are back. So it's essentially a 3-on-2. Those two defenders are so good at recovering and stunting that the Warriors, they're used to making 3 passes and it's a shot, right? So Steph passes to the screener, and then the screener makes a pass and it's a shot, essentially. But that pass off the second or the third pass was not a shot, right? The rotations were so tight, where in the Portland series, it was pass, shot. And they weren't accustomed to that, and it needed to be pass, shot, right? Or what I think we could see Steph, they're going to set the pick and roll up higher. I'm talking like mid-court logo, and try to dare Gasol. All right, Gasol, you want to come way out here? You want to come out 50 feet from the basket? And then you're going to see Steph probably try to split it at times. That split dribble that a lot of the elite guards have. You saw Dame try to use it against us at times, right? But essentially, it's their length. They're able to send 2 at the ball and still recover and not be exposed, because you've got Siakam and Kawhi back there, and they just have a lot of length, man. Let me catch up on these real quick. I agree. I think I don't know about that though. I don't know. I just didn't like the shots we got. I felt like we maybe only got 10 good shots the entire game, 10 open looks. I think Klay needs to be much more patient. Like, he needs to be much more patient. He's rushing it. You can see like the length is subconsciously maybe bothering him. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, the Achilles thing, I don't even want to speculate anymore. Well, the thing is, with Jonas is he will shoot the three, and the thing about Iggy is, yeah, Iggy's so due. You nailed it right there, Double A. Iggy is due to hit like three or four threes. The calf shouldn't bother him that bad. Where the calf, you're going to see him not want to go to the rim is essentially what it is. It's exploding or perhaps moving a little bit laterally. It shouldn't be, who knows how much it's biting him, but it shouldn't be biting him to the effect where it's affecting his jump shot in the corner there. We're going to need those guys to hit some of those threes just to relieve some of that pressure because, like I mentioned in the breakdown, they're not worried at all about our screener. That's why I want to see a Steph Clay pick and roll. I want to see a Steph Clay pick and roll or at least off-ball action. But yeah, man, this is a huge game. You know, no matter what happens, you're going to hear people say, well, let's just say the Warriors lose. Let's say Toronto comes out and they continue with the hot hand and it's 2-0, right? You're going to hear people say, and rightfully so, the champs, you know, it doesn't start till someone wins on the road and all that. But let's be honest here. With the fact that you've got an ailing Iguodala and Durant not likely to return, I think that makes this game 2 even bigger. If we had a healthy roster and we went down 2-0, it'd be like, all right, yeah, man, you know, okay, see us in Oracle. But now you consider not having home court and guys kind of hanging on by the teeth of their skin. Is that the right saying? The teeth of their skin? You know what I'm saying. I think that makes this is the game, man. This is the game. Obviously, we've got plenty more to play, but it's going to go a long way. Let me catch up here for a second with these questions. I'd like to see Boogie continue. I'd like to see a 4 out with Boogie catching it in the post. Now, I don't want him to get, you know, he gets very hard-headed and forceful. And so it could cost us some turnovers. But I think DeMarcus is one of the rare guys on our team that has the ability to get their guys in foul trouble. You know, I love the saying, styles make fights. And we were talking about matching Siakam's length with perhaps Damian Jones. Don't be surprised if you see Damian get a stint on Siakam, because I know these dudes use my scouting reports. I just think Boogie, right? His stylistically, his physicality, other than Marc Gasol, all these other guys are kind of lanky, quick twitch athletes. And I think that he can get in there and rumble on these dudes. And also, how about just ISOing Steph? I know Van Vliet, everybody has been kind of like giving Van Vliet a lot of credit for how he's defended Steph and all that. How about no pick and roll? How about clear out and let Steph do work? Like, all right, Fred. I think I heard Marcus Thompson bring that up. Like, and I think that was a great point. Like, all right, Fred, let's see what you really got. Let's see what's what. Clear out in space, just like Houston and Harden does. Like, I'm not a proponent of it like all the time, but sometimes that's what you need to do. Old school clear out and just let Steph cook on him, because he can get the shot off anytime he wants. And really what that's going to do is it's going to put Fred or Lowry in foul trouble. Because when you're out on an island isolated, the refs are kind of forced to call the foul, right? Steph, all this off-ball stuff or pick and roll, right? It gets a little more gray area with the whistles. If it's just clear out ISO, they're going to have to call it. And I don't think Fred or Kyle can stay in that kitchen for too long. You feel me? Cousins is starting. Okay. I'm with it. If you can give us like a, it's, I thought I knew it would either be Bogut or Cousins is what I thought it would be. You knew it wouldn't be Bell. Right? You could say Looney, I guess. The second unit wasn't too bad in that. These soft rims in Toronto, man. I don't know. You can't expect them here. I guess my overall take is you can't expect them to shoot like that. They're not, right? But I'm sorry. I'm looking at my notes here because I know there was some things that I forgot about. But the defense is going to travel. The defense is, I think we were talking about it here earlier on. I think the defense is more concerning to me. Not the Warriors' defense, but Toronto's defense and how we're going to score, particularly, within the second unit. And if Durant's not back, if Iguodala's not hitting, not willing to shoot the three, not hitting anything, right? And then you consider that Durant's not out there, like the way they're trapping. Who's gonna be it's got to be Clay. Clay's got to show the fuck up. That's the bottom line. That's the bottom line. What up, Water? What up, WP? What's good? Oh, we got a good 80 people in here almost, right? What, 15 minutes? All right, let me try to bring these notes up. This facial recognition shit kind of irritates me, considering that I'm always changing my hair and my do-rags and hats and shit. All right, I guess split the trap, right? More space. Okay, no, I've already touched on those topics. I guess the one topic that I was getting into with my guy, okay, OG, I don't expect much. I think that if Nurse is going to play OG Anunoby, I think it may benefit us because I'm not a huge fan of his. I'm really not. I haven't seen a ton, but his basketball IQ, like you see, he physically looks the part, right? But his basketball IQ is suspect. And then you consider he hasn't played in a long time. I think that would play into our hands if he somehow got in there. If Anunoby's in there like during meaningful minutes, that's a sign that Toronto's in trouble in the game. What up? What up? I am well. I'm excited. I'm sipping on a little Moscow Mule, and like I'm at peace with the series. I want to enjoy it. Don't get me wrong. I get upset. I get frustrated, and I get, I stand up and yell, but it's nothing near like what it was in that Houston series. Good comp there, Edward. He is. OG, there's something off with OG, right? Besides the baby shorts where he baby oils up the legs and stuff. Yeah, I hear that. Cousins starting. Obama. Is he sitting next to Drake? It's getting hot up in the 6, huh? Yeah, man. I don't know. I guess I want Steph. This is Steph. We've brought it up before. This is Steph's opportunity, right? This is Steph's opportunity. And if they're trapping him, I mean, he played well enough for us to win the last game. I guess I think we're gonna have to attack more just like off the bounce, right? The passing and the motion stuff, I think really plays into Toronto's strength of length and rotations and closing out. We're going to have to put our shoulder down. I say we, but I mean just collectively the Warriors, whether it be Draymond, Steph, or Clay, put the shoulder down, make them blow the whistle, and try to get by them and create contact just to back them off a little bit. It's like, you play pick up rec ball, any kind of casual hooper, like if you're playing someone that's compromised, or let's say you're on a guy that all he does is shoot threes. There's always a couple of those guys in a pickup game, right? I don't care what gym or rec you play with. There's always a couple dudes, right? Like, oh, he's just going to shoot it every time. He's not looking to do anything else but that. It makes the job so much easier. If you're rotating out, you're selling all the way out, and you're just taking away the one thing. And so I think that Toronto, rightfully so in game 1, was completely selling out on our jump shooting, right? And so we got to counter that a little bit. Definitely got to counter that. Yeah, that's real. That's real. Clay does. Someone had brought that up. Clay, I think I've thought about it. I think even for me, I'm guilty of it too. I think the thing with Clay is you never question Clay's effort. And so I think that in part with there's a ton of things, the personality, the fact that he is kind of the third option, right? He's the third star when Durant's healthy. So there's that, like he's super likable, right? But you never turn on a game or even after a game, even after a bad performance, you're never like, man, Clay's dogging it out there, right? Like Clay's not trying hard enough. At least for me, that's what drives me nuts. And so you can say it with Steph, you can say it with KD, you say it. And that's one redeeming thing about Westbrook, right? Westbrook is cut from that same cloth in the sense of he can go 4 of 22, but you're never like, damn, Russ ain't really playing hard, right? And so that characteristic in a player, I think, builds a lot of equity when it comes to criticism. Any other questions headed into this? What do we got? We still got about 10 minutes. Did you guys see that boxing fight last night with Joshua and the Mexican cat? I just caught the highlights. I'm not even going to front. That shit looked like a dive to me, dude. Like, I mean, it looked like he let himself get hurt, but it looked like he let himself get hurt. I'm not like, I know my eye is a little more keen to MMA stuff. Boxing, I'm kind of a novice at it. But it just seemed kind of fishy. And then he was taking pictures with the dude after. Dude looks like he could cook up some mean carnitas, right? Like, Yeah, man. But Wilder would have smoked him anyway. Yeah, Joshua, I don't know if any of you read some of the quotes before the fight, but he was saying some real like suspect, like, I don't know. I don't want hard stuff. Basically, if you read between the lines of what he was saying leading into the fight, it sounded like he just didn't want the smoke. Like he doesn't have the passion to fight anymore is kind of what it seemed like. And then it played out that way, man. I don't know if that's good for that design or whatever that promotion is or not, because it gets everybody talking about it. I think if he would have smoked the dude, it would have just been another fight. Bad legs means bad threes. I hear you with that, Caleb. I just think it's a little different when it's your calf, because your calf, I mean, it's all a chain. I hear you. And specifically with the way Iguodala shoots, he has a very pronounced dip in his shot. So his shot is legs, but it's mostly hips and knees. Like Steph, that quick flick, I think a calf would affect Steph more because of the way his chain of energy is. It's very tight and compact. It's more calf. With Iguodala, I think it's more hips and knees that would affect it. Who am I to say? I'm just saying from what I see. So I don't know, man. McKinney, I mean, he's got to be comfortable that Kerr has stuck to trusting him. And at this point, I mean, it's his second NBA Finals game. Relatively comfortable, right? I don't think, he's played in every series, right? Like 10 to 15 minutes every game, I feel like, with McKinney. So he's got to be comfortable out there shooting that shot. It's just as simple as it is. Did you see? So you saw what I said. He looked like he got the Canadian super fade, right? The super cut from Canada. The thing with Quinn is much better shooting off the dribble. And so it really depends on what the defense is giving him. Like in that last series where they were dropping the big, like if we were playing Milwaukee, Quinn would be eating because Lopez and those guys would be dropping, and Quinn he likes that 2 dribble off the screen going right and pop. And if they're going to trap or be more aggressive, or the big's going to show, Quinn's really not comfortable shooting like right off the screen or catch and shoot. Like he's fine, right? He's fine. But I mean, I think he prefers to put it down before he shoots it, because being a guy that's barely 6 foot, right? He's dribbled so much. Dribbling's been such a part of his basketball DNA. Where McKinney, less dribbles, the better. Less dribbles, the better. And that reminds me of McKinney, Draymond, all these guys they got to remain aggressive and take it to the rim. I thought that we saw a bit of that late in that first game where no one really wanted to drive it to the rim because there's always a shot blocker or a long guy lingering. But with that being said, they're going to have to remain aggressive and go into their body. Go into the paint with the intention of drawing the foul. Create the contact. One of my favorite moves is 2 hands, take it into the guy's body, and then flip it up after the contact. Don't try to go over the top or scoop around. That's playing right into the shot blocker's hands. As you saw, Siakam caught Draymond there late in that game 1. Oh, I'm glad you like it, man. Yeah, exactly. I'm pretty comfortable here live, man. The only reason, one, I like keeping it exclusive for you guys that are, contributing and keeping this dream alive, man, right? And then and then I don't open it up to the main channels because it gets flooded. The comments go too fast and it kind of, I don't know. But I like it, man. Yeah, don't get me started, man. I got to just keep at it. I'm excited moving forward here. I'm going to drop. I was telling somebody on the messages, my plan moving forward is, because I want to keep with the breakdowns and I'm going to keep breaking down like the whole NBA. But to become efficient with my content, what I'm going to do is, the next step is I'm going to do probably 2 podcasts a week, and I'm going to get guests. I'm going to reach out, get out of my comfort zone and start getting guests, whether it be some patrons, Major Powers, I'm coming for you. And some just other NBA YouTubers, whoever it may be, whoever I can get. And then I'm going to take those snippets, just like Joe Rogan does, right? And use those snippets on the YouTube and Instagram, and use those snippets as that content. Because I gotta do things efficiently. Right now, to produce like all this stuff, I like the patron stuff is fine, but I don't really have the time or energy during the regular season to get YouTube stuff out. So kill two birds with one stone. Another way of doing that is this live stuff. So I'm gonna keep getting it in here. What do we got? 5 minutes and counting. I think someone asked me a prediction on this game. I don't know, man. You guys know I go with this. Because my shit is so skewed. You want to know? I'll tell you the honest truth, man. My negative mind takes it like it feels like Toronto's going to win this series. Like I think, because there's a part of me that wants to stay positive, and I know that's not what you guys want to hear, but I also understand that part of the appeal of my breakdowns and my content is that I'm going to just tell you, I'm going to keep it real, man. And so I think we're in trouble. I'm not like bet on Toronto type shit, but like I'm leaning towards Toronto because I don't think Durant's coming back. And then two, I don't think Iguodala is going to survive the series. Those are my two biggest reasons. I think it'll be competitive. I don't think they're going to just like clean us out, but I think their defense, I just don't have a lot of faith in a third guy to give us points. Clay will eventually get hot, and Steph he did what he did in game one. He'll do it again. But who's the third guy going to be? Could Boogie just have a fucking amazing like redemption story? Now he's not going to play more than 20 minutes, but if within those 20 minutes, if they're meaningful minutes and he gets his 10 points and 5 boards, it never say never, but I'm not feeling the greatest, to keep it a buck with y'all. Live game breakdowns. I've done a couple live streams through an entire game. I did some, if you go back and look during the regular season, towards the end of the regular season. The only catch is because I take notes during the game and I'm not able to watch the game because I'm a talker and I ramble and then I'm not able to watch the game as well for the breakdown. So it adds kind of more work, or it's kind of an either or thing. But I enjoyed it. We've had some fun. I think I did Utah. And I did Utah in another game where I sat here and we watched it live. We had a good 50 people in here. But it's something to check out. Boogie's not the X factor. Well, I mean, the X factor is the X factor when he becomes the X factor. That sounded kind of stupid, but you know what I'm saying. I guess I'll leave you guys with this because I kind of started to ramble, and I was talking to my guy on Twitter, and he was complaining about he's tired of hearing the Warriors need motivation. You're in the damn NBA Finals. What type of motivation do you need? If not now, when? And I get where he's coming from, but I think that motivation is relative to the opponent's motivation, right? So, like game one, I think Golden State thought they were dialed in. They thought they were motivated, and then they came out and they're like, oh, Toronto's more motivated. They're more dialed in, right? And because what happened was Portland skewed what their calibration of being motivated and dialed in was. So I expect a better performance. Am I super confident? No, but I'm 50-50 with this game right now. But again, so you can always use more motivation, right? 5 p.m. here. I'm going to wrap this up. You can always use more motivation. I think it's relative to the opponents, and I think they've gotten more. You saw the clip of Draymond walking down the street being called donkey, the chance of fuck Steph Curry, right? I think that feeling that in being in this city in Toronto and hearing all this media for 48 hours, I think it's going to add to them being at the right calibrated level of motivation and dialed in. So with that said, man, hopefully we get this. I'll be back noon 1 with the breakdown tomorrow. I appreciate y'all.